Hi, I'm Josh Ozersky, and I'm on ehow.com, and I'm making braised short ribs. Short ribs are my favorite thing to eat for breakfast. I also like them for lunch and dinner. They are useful in the winter, but I sometimes like to eat them in the summer, also in the spring and fall. They also make a good midnight snack, and they're my favorite vegetable. The point about short ribs is this. They have got a rib, and they are short. These are pieces of meat that are filled with fat and collagen. They're tough, but they're good. They work hard. They're from deep inside the animal, and they have this magic bone attached to it, which keeps them moist no matter what you do to them and makes them taste even beefier than they would otherwise. All right, so how do I cook them up? You put a little bit of pepper on them here like this. I drop it into the flour here. And in this pot, I actually have olive oil, which is probably technically a mistake because it has a lower smoking point. It burns and gets gnarly at a lower temperature. But what am I going to tell you? You know, I like olive oil, and the oil that you cook it in isn't going anywhere. I mean, it's going to cook in there with it, so you want it to be a good tasting oil. Now, you might ask me, why am I dipping it in flour? The answer, in brief, is that this dish is going to look prettier. It's going to be have a nice thicker sauce, and it's going to have the capacity to make that sauce stick to it better if it has a fine coating of flour. See, all the different sides get put in the oil. These have got to sit here and brown for like another minute. Then I'll turn them on the side, and then that'll brown or whatever. Believe me, you're not going to have any danger of cooking it through. That bone is going to see to that. This is what it should look like when you turn it. And once they are safely off the pot, there's only one thing that I want to do with them. More pepper and more salt. Levels of flavor. This has got some garlics here, carrots, celery, onion. Mirepoix is these three, and garlic is something else. That is going to be the base of your stew juice. Now, I'm not saying you have to eat the vegetables when they're actually done cooking. Anyway, I put in the garlic and the other stuff, but what I didn't do is I didn't put in this because I don't want to burn this. This is thyme. I'm going to throw this in, most of it, that is to say, with the short rib when it cooks. I'm going to put these back in. So now I put in the liquids, the precious bodily fluids that are going to make the stew, to give it its substance. This is red wine. You want to get a wine that you would actually drink. You don't need a lot of it, just enough to give some flavor. And then I have here in my hand, this is the Fleischer's 3-day reduction. Fleischer's is this like super cool meat store. You can use the Rachel's beef stock. Basically, demi-glace is like a little bit better because it's got like gelatin in it, so it gives it body, and you already got like gelatin from the short ribs, so it becomes like very thick and viscous and gelatinous, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, mix this all around in like that. I'm also gonna add in some of these tomatoes here, and I'm gonna break them with a spoon. That gives it a little bit of color, plus it's more flavor. Goes together with the garlics and everything else. And then when you have something that has tomato in it and you're just putting in regular tomatoes, like the truth is that regular tomatoes won't make it taste like tomato sauce, like it needs to have tomato paste because it's sweet and sugary. So this goes like this. Then this goes into a 350 degree oven, and I'm going to leave it there for at least 2.5 hours, and I'm going to take it out, and then I'm going to dress it. All right, my short ribs have now cooked a good long time. Then I took them out. I opened this up. I let all the steam out. Went like this. Once it stopped steaming, I closed it halfway off, let it calm down. The thing with this kind of dish is, really one of the coolest things about it, it's actually better as leftovers. Like if I took this and I let it get totally room temperature and I stuck it in the refrigerator, the next day when I reheated it, it would be better. Look, it literally is coming right off the bone. So I'll put that guy there. One like this. Now you could put this down on like, this is where they would typically, you would put down on polenta Or you could put Israeli couscous or potato puree. I'll put the vegetables on the side. Man, does this look good. Then I'm going to ladle on pure sauce over the meat. And then at the last bit, I am going to garnish it with some fresh thyme and some fresh parsley. Also, you can use a little fresh oregano if you want, whatever. It's just nice to have a little green something or other. This then are my braised short ribs. I'm Josh Ozerski, and this is ehow.com.